Good evening, everyone. Happy sustainable weekend. And this is Dan Diez of Let's Get It Done. And welcome to our Friday's show. And this is every other Friday. And tonight we are so having this wonderful opportunity to get to learn from our colleague, partner, and a good friend from Pakistan. And Pakistan just celebrated its independence last August 14. And let's bring in our good friend, Mohammad Ali Jinnah, to be with us and tell us of what is this sustainable development goals, Pakistan, and what are they doing, as well as getting to know this report from the IPCC about climate, why that the Earth is on red alert. So let's gonna focus on that theme while we have with us from Pakistan. So, salam alaikum.
And Walaikum Assalam and good evening to everyone. This is Jinnah from Karachi, Pakistan. Before I begin, I just like to add, I'm a very fortunate to have a Dan with us. It's very good, good gift from Philippines to Pakistan that we are known to Dan, and we are doing a lot of things together. And hopefully, in days to come, we do a lot of things. So, Dan, thank you very much for inviting me. Thank you for giving this opportunity to discuss what we are doing in Pakistan. Yes, Dan, over to you.
Yeah, so before that, Gina, so could you tell our viewers like your journey about why sustainable development goals you are now taking active role, and then how did you start this Sustainable Development Goals Academy, Pakistan? So maybe that will help us, our viewers, especially the young children and the grassroots, to learn from you, no, of your journey on this protecting our one and only planet.
Thank you, Dan. You know, uh, Originally I'm from a IT world, the information technology. I'm qualified from England and Australia, and I'm back in Pakistan in '92, and from '92 till 2020, I was working on IT, mainly IT, the thing which I know a little bit. But then, I read an article in one of the leading newspaper in Pakistan, and the topic of that article says the Karachi, the place I live, the Karachi may sink into ocean by 2060. It was alarming, it was dangerous, and it was furious for me that why Karachi going to sink. So I dig out some information, and then I came to know that in 2015, one of the senator, the senator, the upper house in Pakistan, they wrote a letter to Senate that that all the coastal cities of Pakistan, they are in danger. The government should do something about it. So then I dig out more that what exactly happened, after this letter came on 2015. The unfortunately, I got the reply from one of the friend. That time he was a senator. He says that this thing never been discussed in detail in Senate. So then, I took a, sort of kind of advantage. Let's do it and work on the climate change. And then luckily, I met you, I met Hans from Norway, and then of course the Amar Jafri, our mentor and our leader we are working with. So then, I came into the serious in serious mode that we should do something about it. So then I joined SDGs Academy, and I'm look after the Sindh and Balochistan and the KP and the Azad Jammu Kashmir. So the three or the provinces I'm working on, and the whole idea is to I want to educate people, what the climate change is, and and of course, more importantly, working from the school level, because I want to, we want to train all the kids. They should know something about what is the climate change and what they should do about it. So that's how I came into this, of this environment world. And the last Friday we did our 50th show for the Fridays for Pakistan, and I started from the climate change, and there was a 50th show. So that's how we are working on that direction. And fortunately, I've got good team with me, and more importantly, the people, they listen to us. They gave an opportunity to discuss what the climate change is all about, what is the SDGs all about, and why SDGs are important, and lot of things. So that's how we are working. I'm working with my team. Very quickly, I have 29 districts in Province Sindh where I live in. So I've got 29 district coordinators in all the part of the Sindh. And then in Balochistan, we have 33 districts. And then AJK, we have 11. So that's how, we are working something like 100 plus, district coordinators I have, and we are working with. So that's how, we are doing. And again, the another important thing is, apart from the climate change, apart from the different goal, but there's a goal number 7 also, very very important, about the solar energy and the green energy. So that's we are working on very very extensively. We're working on that. So that's a little introduction, what we are doing. Yes, over to you, Hans. Dan.
Yeah, so it's so to summarize what our good friend Jinnah in Pakistan had mentioned, that he been able to start his journey on sustainable development and climate change. It's because of his reading on the news in 2015 about a certain coastal area in Karachi, which is about to be sunk, no, in 2060 or something. And it's really good that we are backed up with data, we are backed up with science. That's why scientists in terms of climate are so important, that these data are not been divulged in the public. In fact, I saw Jinnah in the news, like in the Facebook, like actually it was in 1914, when a UK newspaper telling that they are having this coal plant, and they count the carbon emission that is emitted in that coal plant. And they were saying, like, in decades from now, actually true. The biggest carbon emission polluter is really our fossil fuel power industry, and we really have to transition about this renewable energy. And the banking system, and even ADB, World Bank, some groups are asking not to fund these dirty fossil fuels. So in Pakistan, Gina, what's the call of the Department of maybe Energy, or are they in favor of coal plants, or how are they now in the aspect on climate crisis, about banks and the energy or environment in Pakistan?
you know uh, I will answer this question into twofold. The one part, the public sector, and other is the private sector. So in a private sector is very much aware that they should go on the green energy. So they are working on the green energy, and and a lot of projects are, they have announced that they're working.
Mhm.
And also very quickly from the public sector, we are very fortunate enough that the central bank, the State Bank of Pakistan, they issued a manual, the green banking guidelines, and they urge all the banks, they should follow those guidelines. And it was came in 2017, and now a lot of banks, especially the bank, they are working on those green banking guidelines. So that awareness is there, people are working. And recently, I came to know that the Pakistan, the place called Waziristan, the one of the the remote area in Pakistan, they have this capacity and the potential aspect that they can make us the solar panels. So I came to know that we are producing solar panels in Pakistan, and of course with the collaboration with the Chinese partners. We are working in Pakistan, so we are producing solar panels here. So that I'm sure in days to come, the green energy will go towards the solar energy. When you say about the coal, I think we're not working on the coals anymore. What I came to know, whatever is there. But I think in the upcoming there's a no project what I can recall. And because I think one of the Paris Convention, I think we are signatory of the Paris Convention. So we are on the when we go to the energy, we working on the mostly on the green energy. So which is the solar and the all the windmill and all the solar. So there's two directions we are working. But having said that, we still have a lot of gap between the urban and rural areas of Pakistan. And the surprisingly, the rural areas are working more on the solar as compared to the urban. And I think mainly because in rural areas they don't have the conventional power, they don't much have a conventional power. So now they're working on the green energy. So that's how they are working. But again, a lot of work to do. Pakistan is big, and a lot of areas to be covered, and the resources is limited like everywhere, and not in just Pakistan. Everywhere you go, the resources are limited. But I think we have started, we are working, and eventually we'll get somewhere. Yes, Dan. Yes, over to you, Dan.
Mhm. Yeah, so thank you for that, Gina. So very good for you guys there because you are your country is like not like in the Philippines, you are archipelagic. So you are like massive land, and the roads are connected all the way straight to China. In fact, in the Philippines,
Yeah.
we also have a solar assembly of solar panel in Manila, and I think their partner is also from China. So the prices now of the solar panel per kilowatt is maybe lesser than half a dollar per 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 watt. So that really had decreased the prices of renewables. And when we talk about solar and other renewables, it creates green jobs in terms of manufacturing them, in terms of installing, servicing, etc. And it seems that the rural areas in Pakistan are leapfrogging from the dirty coal. Here in Philippines, we have a mountain, but they rely on the generator, which is diesel run. Then there's lesser land to put up solar, but there is also lake in Camotes where they're planning with a Korean project to put up a floating solar. So I'm happy to note that the rural areas are now utilizing renewable energy. And how is internet speed, internet connectivity there, Gina, in terms of the rural and the urban? Because here in the Philippines, when I go to island, I have problems with my signal. Sometimes I get cut off in this show. But how is the
No.
internet? Because I know your career is on the internet, and I am one of the co-founder of the ISOC Philippines, the Internet Society Philippines. It was rejuvenated, and now I'm back again as a board of this ISOC Philippines. So every year we have elections. So how's the internet access in internet for all, aside from energy for all?
You see, I think we are not very much different from Philippine or from the all the our probably the Asian or the third world countries. If I talk very loud, we have this at some places we have this restriction about the internet, and there's the issue of connectivity. So So, but we face, the connectivity issue, what mostly the every other city or every other country face. The some places are very, very good, some places are not so good. So that's how we are having. So I won't say that we are perfect or we are having a best internet connectivity all over Pakistan. Yeah, it's a bit, mix and match both. Some places are good, some places not. But but the good thing is that we are covering all the area very rapidly, and I think in probably in a couple of years we'll get this thing over it. We got 4G places on many places. Now the 5G is coming up, so the 5G is coming. So I think eventually we'll get there. But yes, if you ask me in terms of percentage, so probably I say it's like a 50-50. 50 players are very, very good, 50 players they are struggling. Yes, Dan, over to you.
I see. Or yeah, yeah, because I asked about internet and energy because they are very crucial in terms of the livelihood, in terms of education. In fact, I will ask you also, Gina, about how is the education and IT helping in terms of COVID? Because here in the Philippines right now, the Department of Education and the higher education, they don't still allow face to face because not all are vaccinated. So how's the situation over there in terms of education? Because we know education is part of the sustainable development goals, quality education. Yeah.
Yeah, I think again, our situation is more or less same as all over the world. We are focusing more on the work from home, the study from home. But yes, the most part of vaccination is covered. But I think it's covered from the up to the 18 and above. But from the the of the student level, I don't know what the policy is going to be. But so far, our vaccination process is doing
Mhm.
quite good, quite well. And nowadays, because it's a summer holiday, summer vacation, so everything is closed. But uh, uh, before that, it was happening like not more of the classroom environment, more on the the work from home or study from home. But yeah, but see, the good thing is, I think it's like from the mostly from the world, the education is there. We actually, I think we work more on the work from home rather than having going to the school itself. But things are is there is people are studying, the kids are exam, all the exam is happening, so things are okay, more or less. But yet the one thing I like to stand that uh, recently, we are fortunate enough that our prime minister, he is focusing on the studies, and he's working on one thing, like a one syllabus for everyone. So he was struggling for a long time, but I think now it's going to in place that we have a one system for everyone. Before that, like we have a upper system, the lower system, the Urdu, so our own language, or the English system. So now it's a one system for everyone. So I think thing will be go smoothly very quickly in near future, because once you have a will, there is a way, right? So I think now the government is thinking about, seriously thinking about the education, seriously thinking about energy, and I think they are working on the probably on the right direction. Yes, Dan, over to you.
Mhm. Yeah, thank you for that. It's really similar to the Philippines, also like work from home. The students are also encouraged to stay at home while they study, face to face, and they use internet if they have. Some are modular, so they go to the school, get those module learning, and being helped by parents. But it seems the parents are now answering everything, not anymore the students. So, but anyway, this is the real situation, and aside from energy, education, internet, with regards to SDGs, what are the positive contribution of Pakistan in the last Earth Day, World Environment Day? Pakistan was the host country. And tell us, Jinnah, why you became the host country and what are these things that Pakistan has been doing that the rest of the world has to follow, you know?
I think when the SDGs came into existence, I think 2015. I think Pakistan was the first country or the initial country who becomes the signatory of the SDGs. Our whole cabinet, the parliament become the signatory of the SDGs. So there is a significance of the importance of SDGs. That government of Pakistan in 2015 they are very keen to work on SDGs, and so that's a one thing. Now when it's come to the Earth Day, and because in Pakistan, if you like see our problems, our problem are the basic problems, and I think our problems is similar to the all the other neighboring countries. We have the same problems. We have poverty, we have
Yeah, you're cutting out. So um, let's hear from Jinnah. Jinnah, are you there? Yeah, so as mentioned by our good friend from Pakistan, he mentioned
hello.
that they are part of the signatory of the SDGs, Sustainable Development Goals. You were cut, so go ahead, Jinnah. You were cut.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
continue. You
okay.
mentioned about
So
signatory for the UN SDGs, and then go ahead. You were cut.
you see, when you become a signatory, right? Then of course, I think the whole world is working on the same direction. But initially when it came to 2015, the Pakistan becomes the signatory. There's the significance there. People they knew that we had to work on it. But yeah, we are the late starter. Normally we start late on a lot of things. So because we are sitting on 2021, the only 9 years left, and we have to cover a lot of things in 2030. But luckily, for all the goal related to environment, we have achieved, mostly that area we have covered. For the education, we are working. So on the 17 goals, again, we have those mix and match kind of performance. The some are very very good, some need to be started, some are started. But again, the another thing we need to look into it, because it's not the individual affair, it's a government affair, right? Because excuse me, the government need to publish what they have achieved, and lot of things are lot of the grassroots, the mushroom growth is there, a lot of people are working. But I think in maybe in like some 2025 we will know exactly what exactly we have achieved and what we are doing. But I know, because I work on ground, I work with the people, so I know a lot of mushroom growth is there, a lot of people are working on their own capacity. And by the virtue of the pressure of their importers, they put a lot of pressure on them, to achieve a lot of things. So that's why they are working on those direction, the direction of SDGs. But again, they are not publishing it. But I believe by 2025, or somewhere around that, they will publish, and then we will know exactly that we have covered a lot of things. So yes, and also very very important for SDGs. When you say goal number 4, goal number 3 and 4, the health and the education, they both work together. They're both very very important, and and everyone should take serious action on it. And I think a lot of things is happening here on the education and the health side. But again, then come to energy. The lot of things are working on energy also. I think I have lost you. Yes, Dan, are you there? Yes, Dan. Are you there, Dan?
Mhm.
Are you there? Can you hear me? Yes, I'm here. Hello.
Yes, welcome back for our closing. So, sorry to cut it. Thank you, Jinnah, for the time. He's talking about the same problems we have in the Philippines about internet connectivity, and now we're already experiencing it. We really need to strengthen our bandwidth. So, in fact, in the island of Olango, there is now a project ongoing about the universal access of internet connectivity. But now the problem is getting the permits of the barangay to sign this, what you call, clearance to put up the fence, clearance to put up the tower. So we want to have a strong internet connectivity. But now the problems is the people who are given that authority to, to sign those documents, they also delay. I don't know what's the problem there. So the good news is Olango Island, there is four internet connectivity towers to be placed to strengthen this program of the government of the DICT for internet connectivity on all areas. So second, he talked about education and how Pakistan has been also similar to the Philippines. This COVID-19 is really affecting. That's why it's a global really problem. And the good news is when I went to Pakistan, I got many interesting stories and learning when I was there in 2018. And I've learned that they are planting billion of trees. And last year, the government, the prime minister, had put a lot of effort to plant more and grow trees. So very interesting. The country is so huge, but they are concerned now about this seawater rise that will eventually, hopefully it will not come, that it's gonna, sink these areas in Karachi, as was mentioned. So Jinnah has been inviting me for this talk in their Fridays for the Climate. So thank you, Sustainable Development Goals Academy Pakistan. And if you want to know what they're doing, so just go to their page, SDG Academy Pakistan, and let's also learn, not just here in the Philippines in our Sustainable PH channel, but also in other channels or social media talking about climate, because really the earth is now on this red alert. And as mentioned, we have to engage these children, young people, all walks of life, and get partners, partners from different country, partnerships with different companies and industry to take this partnership role to attain this SDGs come 2030 is the target. So now we are on towards the nine more years, because the Sustainable Development Goals was established in 2015 up to 2030. So with that, thank you for the watching our show, even though na-delay tayo, but still we commit to provide sustainable PH learnings and wisdoms from all walks of life, from all country, because we are all connected, and we can't do it together when we don't collaborate on this effort. So next week, stay tuned, 7 p.m., Walang Plastikan with our good friend from Germany, Peter. So ikaw na, Peter, ang sunod. And to all watching us, be safe, have your vaccination, and at the same time, register to vote for the upcoming election. Thank you very much, Gio and the rest of the team of Sustainable PH. Good evening and maayong gabi sa tanan. Bye.